Hi, I'm Guy Filippelli. I'm the CEO of Red Owl Analytics. Barrico Technologies was, as my first company, was a tremendous foundation for me. My business partner there, Nick Hallam, continues to be my business partner. But the experience that we had together of running a business, hiring people, firing people, learning about contracts and HR and all these things, and then just doing lots of different unique technology projects for the government was a great training ground. But everything we built, we turned over to the client. That's what a service company does. We bid on a project, we get the ability to hire 7 engineers, we build something, we turn it over. And oh, by the way, everything we do because the client asks us to do it. What if we had an idea of what we wanted to do, if we built it, and then we went out and sold it? And to me, that's the essence of the difference between a service platform and a product platform. The second piece of it was the problem set. I was very excited about, I like problems that are sort of 2 to 5 years ahead of their time. For example, nobody in 2012 was really worried about the information security threats and the regulatory risk that their employees were exposing to the firm. And meaning people were worried about it, but it was certainly not a budget line item. If you talk to a chief information security officer and you said, tell me what software you're buying, they'd talk to you about all this network defense and firewalls and basically tools that were designed to track when outsiders were trying to hack inside the firm. This was the mission of the chief information security officer, if there indeed even was one. We made a very simple bet that these teams would want to start buying software, would need to start buying software to monitor the insides of the organization, because indeed, in an age where you could walk away with the entire IP of the firm on a thumb drive, or you could encrypt and upload to Dropbox incredibly sensitive client data, and do so for a variety of reasons, that this was going to become as risky, if not more risky, than the fear from the outside. You go out to customers and you say, we're thinking of building this, is this a good idea? And they say, great, it's a great idea. And then you go out to investors and you say, we're thinking of doing this company, and most of them at the time say it's a bad idea because nobody's buying it right now. And so the investors will the key is to not trust the investors. I say that with a smile, but that probably also means everybody's not doing this. So you have the seeds of an inflection point here. You have the seeds of an opportunity, I think. So we put our heads together and we said, look, what would it take to build this? And we were able to get some great early investors like Frank Bonsall and others here locally. And we were able to get a company off the ground and start building technology. The other piece that I will say is, as a CEO of my last company, I did on a couple of occasions have to run some internal investigations where I had the possibility of some improper employee activity. And that was an incredibly expensive process where one brings in lawyers and investigators, and you're dealing with data, massive amounts of data that you own, that you're sitting on. And I thought, wow, if this is something we're paying for and we don't have control of our own information, this must be a nightmare for larger companies, and that turned out to be the case. So anyway, with all this in mind, there were lots of trends that pointed to the fact that more responsible, more effective monitoring of the activity, employee interaction with sensitive corporate data would be a very, very important theme for security and in many cases compliance teams. That was the thesis that we formed the company under, and we formed it and we started going.